pray for, every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Give us a big Melbourne applause. Even you, please. Table 14. Say hello to everyone. Nice to see you all. Hey, welcome down to the Chelsea Heights Hotel. It's Melbourne night. We got two fellas out the back. They're just trying to keep warm in front of the heater. They didn't go to the snow, did they? Nah, they're here. All right, enough of the snow jokes. Let's get into tonight. Let's make sure that you guys have some fun. This is the only live and interactive footy panel show going around in Australia. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. I've said it enough times. You don't need to hear it anymore. If you want a serious footy panel show, you're not at the right one. Sorry. Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks, working really well. Let's get them out here. Our first panellist, he was born on the 9th of January 1996. He's played a total of 69 games and kicked a total of 35 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2015, and when he plays for the Melbourne Football Club, he wears the number 10 on his back. Thanks for your interaction. His name is Angus Brayshaw.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we
It's coming.
love.
There it is. There he is. Welcome along, Angus. Nice to see you here, mate. How are you?
Yeah, cold.
Oh, thank God you're not in your... well, you're not looking like that right now. Otherwise, you'd be bloody freezing.
I would be.
Although you will be on Monday. You'll be getting acclimatised to the Big Freeze. Big Freeze 5 coming up on Queen's birthday
I
weekend.
won't be going down the slide,
No.
but I'll be, should be a good game. We spoke to Neil Danaher today, which we'll probably touch on a bit later.
Oh, good. Excellent.
It's an exciting
wonderful.
time.
Well, welcome along, mate. Great to have you back here. Let's get our second panellist out here. He was born on the 22nd of July, 1997. He's played a total of 71 games and kicked 23 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2016. When he plays for the Melbourne Football Club, he wears the number 13 on his back. Thank you very much. Please welcome to the stage, Clayton Oliver.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem.
Here he comes. Hey!
We love
Larry.
the team
Hello,
of
mate.
the red and
There you go.
every heart beats true for the
Look at
red
them. They could literally be doing this at home right now. Sitting on the couch at home going, you get up and get it. No, you get up and get it. Nice to have you here, Clary, as well.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Second time back on the show, isn't it?
Yeah,
we had you on at the Burvale,
Yep, out
Maxi
there.
Gorn that
Yep.
night. It was
Yeah,
quite
very good
interesting,
night.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was funny.
Very funny night. Let's make sure we have the same thing tonight. We will have some fun. You guys are here to make sure they do that, aren't you? Yeah. All right. Thanks very much. Let's do it with our first segment, boys. Let's get to know each other. Let's get the crowd involved, and let's find out a little bit more about you. It's our first segment. It's called It's My Life.
It's my life.
Sweet.
I do what I want to do.
All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask the boys a series of questions that just allows you to find out a little bit more about them. And as the night goes on, that's going to evolve into other things, and you'll see that as it goes. You boys have done it before, so you're pretty familiar with it. Yeah, pretty good. All right, let's go through this. I'm going to start with you for each question, Clayton, and then obviously we'll go over to you, Gus. Where did you grow up, mate?
So I grew up in Echuca till about 10, 11, and then I moved over to Marupna.
Okay.
Went to school over in Shepparton at Golden Valley Grammar and played my junior footy over there.
Cool. All right. See, bit of insight. Excellent. Gus?
Well, I was born in Perth first, then moved to Adelaide when I was about 3. Both my little brothers were born, then ended up in Sandringham, just in Melbourne, not too far from here, that way probably. So, I've been living there since I was about 6, so it's been a long time.
Nice. I like it. Who did you barrack for growing up?
I was on the bandwagon of Brisbane when they won all the flags, so
Okay.
supporting them.
Just one of those things that just happens, you know.
Just happened pretty much.
Move on. Exactly. Gus?
And I was born in Perth, so I was a Freo supporter.
Freo. All right. Nice and simple. What junior club did you play for, and how old were you when you first started playing?
I was playing for Echuca when I was about 8 or 9, but then for the rest of my juniors, I was playing for the Marupna Cats.
Okay.
So
All right.
changed.
How old were you?
I was 8 when I was there first, and then probably about,
Yeah. And you picked it up straight away and loved football?
Yeah,
Is that your vibe?
playing Oz kick, just like everyone else did, like back in Echuca, and then all your mates did, and it was sort of under 10s and 11s, and we were playing that, and it was heaps of fun.
Cool. Excellent. Gus?
Yeah, and I started at Hampton Rovers when I was Yes. Nice. Hampton Rover. Nice. When I was 7, so I was playing with all my schoolmates who were a bit older than me, and so I started a bit earlier. But played there till I was about 16, and played with Christian Salem, who you'd all know, and Salo, and Hunty as well was there for a little bit. So we had a fair team, so it was good.
I noticed a photo actually, whether it was yesterday or today, with Jack Watts.
Yeah, Watsy. So he was a Brighton Grammar boy with Salem and Hunty, and Josh Kelly was there. So I went to Haileybury, so I played against them as well a lot.
Great photo. Yeah, loved it. I thought it was really cool. Is there a ritual that you go through before a game of footy? Is there a ritual that you stick to? I don't necessarily mean superstitious, but just, is there something you do?
This could be anything for Clary.
Nah, nothing. I always used to have spaghetti bolognese night before a game, but this year sort of changed. I used to have a bit of chocolate, but I've got rid of that, and I've nothing now.
Nothing at all. So it's just like
I got rid of it all.
Yeah, alarm just goes off. Get out of bed. Go down.
Whatever I feel like. Whatever I feel like that day, I just sort of, I'll eat whatever I feel like.
Can I ask you, just as you say that, Clayton, is it because sometimes you put too much expectation on all the rituals, and you just think if something doesn't go right or wrong that...
Yeah, sort of like say if you can't do one thing, say something pops up and you can't eat that certain thing, or you can't buy it from somewhere. I don't want to be thinking about that. I just want to be thinking about playing footy.
Yeah, cool.
So to get rid of it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, nice answer. All right, Gus.
Yeah, I've just got the bolognese night before, and whether that's at Mum's house or there's a spot down in Sandy I like going to, or and usually if we're interstate. So what Clary's point was about not being able to get it, most places every place we stay has bolognese, so I'm pretty safe with that. And then just like a muesli for the next morning, and off I go. So
cool.
Pretty simple, a bit like Clary said. You don't want to complicate it too much.
Yeah. Answering this question, you boys live together, don't you? Or,
yes.
Yeah. So when the spag bog's being made, who's in the kitchen? Who's doing the prep? Give us a little
Clary
bit of
never
insight.
cooks, but I rarely cook as well. We've actually got a little bit of a domestic issue at the moment, which we can work through as a group, but it doesn't involve Clayton. It's not his fault, nor is it my fault. It's a little bit of we just sort of,
Someone else.
It's not ours. It's tough work at the moment. So we're sort of, I don't know, it's a bit weird at the moment at the Shelley Street elite.
It's very weird. Very weird.
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
You guys will have no idea what's going on.
It's good. Bit of intrigue. All right. Outside of footy, is there another sport that you both enjoy watching or playing?
I enjoy watching the soccer, the Premier League, and NBA.
Are you happy with the result?
In the Champions League?
Yeah.
It didn't really bother me too much.
Who do you go for?
No, I don't really have a team. I just have a
General interest.
A general interest. I have a fantasy team which I was pretty into, and I won my league with all my mates back home. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, but you lost to Salo. I was in the middle of that. That is massive blue because Salem told him to trade one of his players out, and then Salem got the player he traded out into his own team, and then
He's a snake. He's slippery. You don't trust him. Never again.
Never again.
Yeah.
Oh, you just can't trust some people, can you? Yeah, I hear you. All right. Who, if you could, would you most like to meet on the planet, dead or alive?
I'd love to meet Albert Einstein, bring him back and just he was a revolutionary at the time and pretty smart fella, and see what he's up to.
Sit around in the lounge room and...
just,
have a bit of a chin wag. What do you reckon? That answer's really done.
No idea. There's too many people.
Is there is sporting identity, or is it someone famous for another reason? That
I'd like to meet Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, but did you say dead or alive?
Sorry,
Michael Jordan.
Dead? Did you say dead or alive?
yeah, dead or alive.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
alive with Michael Jordan.
Thank God he's still alive, so that's cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. When you're just chilling, what are you doing?
Clayton plays more Xbox or PlayStation than any human I've ever met, and I Fortnite. I can answer that one for him. FIFA.
That'd be interesting. We had Jamie Elliott on the show last week. He reckons he's got that title of playing the most Fortnite on Xbox. That's all he does. So maybe there's a challenge there.
I'd be up there, pretty
You'd be
close.
right up there.
I don't do too much else besides that.
Right.
Pretty much footy and Fortnite or footy and FIFA.
Yeah, wow. All right. So when you're just chilling, you're doing that. What are you doing then?
I play a bit of golf. I've got an Xbox as well, but I don't play as much as Clayton. I just I got my Netflix hooked up to it and a few other bits and pieces. So
What are you watching on Netflix?
I've started watching this weird one called The OA. Has anyone ever even heard of that?
Oh.
The OA. It's like capital O, capital A, and it's officially the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I wish I could take back the 8 hours. Yeah, you don't rate?
Wow.
Oh, I just got like sort of roped into watching it, and then after I started, I was like, what on... So like, I got to episode 3, I was like, this sucks. But something's happening here that is, you know, I just have to see what happens. And I got to the end and was just so upset that I invested into it. So that's what I'm watching at the moment. But it's about to be given the axe pretty quick. So
wow.
I'm in the market for a new show if anyone's got any suggestions.
Ozarks?
I've seen a bit of that, yeah. So I'll probably jump back on that.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm
I'm watching Breaking Bad again. Speaking of disappointments, were you boys into Game of Thrones?
Yep. And
I'm only still season 1.
Why'd you remind me?
Episode 8 or 9. So I was getting into it, and then everyone's been like this. So I don't know if I'm.
Well, no, the thing is, like, I read this article. I was very upset with the way it finished, and it was the George R.R. Martin guy who wrote all the books said if he had his time and the freedom to do what he wanted, he'd have had the last season spread over like 3 or 4. So it just got all crammed in there and just sucked as a result. So if they fleshed it out a bit more, it could have been special. But
but it wasn't.
I'd still watch it if I were you, though.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of disappointment in there, isn't there? Yeah, I'm getting it.
Because you invest so much in these shows. That's what I love about the shows. You go on the journey, and then it just...
Yeah, and I feel the same way about a few things that I've watched in that respect. But in saying that, I know how disappointed a lot of people have been with the end result, and I have not watched a single episode of Game of Thrones. And now that everyone's so disappointed, I'm kind of like, well...
What are you missing out on?
Well, the first 6 episodes are just...
Seasons.
Unbelievable.
Seasons, rather, are brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's what you're missing out on. But it's just
After
if you can be exactly. That's
Sorry,
right.
I digress. I got off the subject then, but that's cool. Hey, what is one of your favourite movies of all time?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, good.
Watched Green Book the other day on the way over to...
What was it?
Green Book.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable.
Really enjoyed it?
I didn't really want to watch it, but it was the only movie left on my laptop I hadn't watched, and I ended up watching it. And
So it's your favourite of all time?
yeah, seriously, yeah, it is. I don't ever watch a movie. I never watch a movie twice, but I would. I'd rewatch it. And I told my missus to watch it, and she loved it too.
Well, that's excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed it then. Well done. Hey, what really annoys you? What really pisses you off?
Do we go into it now?
Yeah, go on.
Paper.
The toilet paper? Yeah, well, we may as well. So
Did you hear that? Did you hear the topic?
just strap in. Just get ready I spoke about the journey of Game of Thrones. You're about to come on a journey with the two of us. So.
All right, let's go.
Journey. So Clayton lives on the bottom floor and I live on the top floor, and we sort of half share a bathroom, but Clayton has like a singular toilet downstairs that he can make use of, and our other housemate who lives in our sort of sphere, Dion Johnson, who used to be a Melbourne player, has sort of stuck around, and he and his girlfriend have just moved in, and his girlfriend's just moved in with him, and they've just bought a dog, and so it's this big bustling household, and
There are 2 dogs in there as well.
there's 2 dogs in there. It's Anarchy Vanders, who's the 4th of it in our house. There's this big dog, and there's a lot going on. It's basically the
Way
scene
too
that
much
we
going
want
on.
to set for you. And the 4 boys, a girl now, a lot of toilet paper you'd think gets used, which it does. And Clayton's a pretty switched on guy, and I'd like to meet Albert Einstein, so I love my numbers, and we're just trying to crunch the numbers specifically on the amount of toilet rolls that go missing, because there just seems to be a biblical amount disappear, and it's a bit awkward. How do you talk about toilet paper? So it's a coincidence that about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, Clayton and I went down to in our own time, went and bought a big 24 pack of the toilet rolls, and I hid mine in my room. Such was my
He's got a video of it. He's got a little pull-out drawer, all stuck neatly. Hidden.
But Clayton had made the mistake of putting his in the communal space, and then you explained the Darwin. You went to Darwin, and then
Yeah, we went to Darwin for a couple of days.
just a couple, just 2.
So we went to Gold Coast for a couple of days, and there was, I think, about 6 went missing. And then we went to Perth for 3 days, and then about 9 went missing.
And so if you just crunch numbers there, let's just, if you mind, I'll just jump in. So what's that? 6 plus 9 is 15, and 4 days. It's roughly four a day. Let's call it 4. And I don't know if you just conceptualise that 4 a day.
Going to the toilet a lot.
A singular day. I don't think you can go to the toilet enough. And then you're thinking, well, what else could you possibly be using it on? And so they've got this dog, which has been crook a few times, and it's shat inside the house a few times. So you're thinking, well, okay, well, you clean them and you clean out the dog poo, but again, 4 rolls. That's a lot of.
It's a bit excessive.
And so anyway, Dion one day just walks downstairs. Clayton's sitting in in the living room, and he just walks. He's on the phone, walks straight in the bathroom with a couple of rolls, straight upstairs. And Clayton's like, well, all of a sudden, what's going on? Like now we're sort of trying to connect dots. And then there's this girl that I'm seeing and this girl that Clayton's been with, Sophie, for ages. And they're both at the footy watching the footy and they're talking about, whatever. And then it comes up that we've both gone and bought 24 toilet rolls. And then all of a sudden it's just the dots have connected and we realise that it's Dion has been this toilet roll thief. And then what happens then?
Just a mystery.
And so we've basically, where we're at right now is, so you crunch the numbers. I used to, because these are toilet rolls. You don't think about this stuff. I would go in one night with my roll. I'm like, yep, this is great. I've got my whole toilet roll. Because I'm a conservative user now because it's just been going like wildfire. And
Spare sheet.
Folder.
Because it's a fold. It's a fold job, but that's the most conservative way. Because apparently it's like a drought of toilet paper in our house. So I'll be conservative, and because it's your toilet paper, I just forget, and I walk out, and I go in the next morning, and I wake up, I'm like, oh God, I walk in, and sure enough, the whole roll's gone overnight, and I reckon 4 or 5 nights in a row this has happened, and it's got to the point where Clayton and I are now basically planning an intervention. But
Wow,
yeah,
mate.
and his girlfriend's moved in, and she's we don't know what it is, but it's got to the point where we've said almost enough's enough, and
That is huge.
4 rolls a day is biblical.
That's massive. That's unbelievable.
So that annoys us. That annoys the two of us collectively.
We're going to get the boys back on next year and we're going to find out part 2 of where all the toilet paper's going, all right? That's huge, boys. Thanks for sharing that. I don't know whether you're happy you have or not, but it's out there now. That's amazing. You're all going to be thinking about that when you're watching Melbourne versus Collingwood on the weekend, on Monday. Unbelievable. Wow, thank you, mate. So what really annoys you at the moment? That was the question
Toilet
I
paper.
found out.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper, right. So it's a unanimous vote. Are you superstitious in your preparation for a game? I asked you about a ritual, but are you superstitious in any way, shape or form?
No, not at all.
No and no.
really.
All right. What's one of your favourite meals to eat? Is it spag bol? Because
Yeah, spag bowl's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Nice and easy and good for carbs.
Crumbed lamb cutlets.
Say it again.
Hang on.
Crumbed lamb cutlets.
Oh, crumbly.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah,
Soft cooked
crumbly,
them.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right.
I can't cook. Keep going.
What's one of your favourite meals? What do you look forward to doing the most when you have time off? Buying toilet paper? Let's not even go there, Damo.
Don't go there. It's still raw. No, my brother's Andrew's back from Fremantle at the moment. He's got a bye this weekend, so I love playing golf with my brothers.
Oh, perfect. Well done. All right, good.
Not doing too much, just watching Netflix or movies and playing the PlayStation, just chilling out.
Yep.
Bit of me time.
Bit of me time. Do you like all those answers? They're pretty appropriate and they're pretty apt. Thank you very much, boys. Put your hands together for the boys. That's us just getting to know them a little bit, all right? You're both going to need a drink after that. I wish it could be alcohol, but it can't be. Well done, guys. This is a footy panel show. We're going to talk a little bit of football. We're going to go into it very nice and quick. You boys can just give us your thoughts, your tips, whatever you want to do here, all right? We're going to kick it off. It's round 12. It's on Friday night. Sammy? Thanks, mate. All right, Friday night, 7th of June. It's 7:50pm at the MCG. It's going to probably be, well, what a crackerjack game it should be. Richmond coming up against the Geelong Cats. Let's hear the Tigers. That'll do. Let's go straight to the Cats. And that'll do there. What do you think here, boys? It should be a crackerjack game. Richmond not back to full strength, of course, but they're coming up against a really hot Geelong Football Club.
Yeah, I'd back Geelong in pretty heavily. They're obviously best team in the comp at the moment, and Richmond got a few injuries, and Geelong just...
Can I ask you, Clayton, were you surprised by the result last Friday night with North Melbourne and Richmond?
Very surprised. I don't think anyone picked that. A bit of fresh air back in the north, and that looked pretty good.
Can I ask you, boys, whilst we're just doing this, and I won't go into this on every team, but why is it that clubs come out and play that well after the coach has been sacked? Is there anything that we or you don't know?
We've never had a match like we had Goody after Roosie, but we haven't had a coach sacked, and I feel like it's probably like the playing group feel like obliged to like step up for the new coach, having the old one just been sacked. It's probably because they've lost too many games, so it's like, well, now we need to fire up a bit, I guess. Like a better team.
Weird. Wow.
It's hard to say without actually having had a...
For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Who did you think here, mate?
Yeah, Geelong. So my little brother's best mate, Charlie Constable, plays for Geelong, and he had 31 disposals against us when we played him and kicked a snag in round 2, and he's being kept out of the side. So I think
Wow.
they've got blokes knocking down the door, whereas Richmond are sort of a bit depleted.
Yeah, shows how much depth they've got, doesn't it? Saturday, June the 8th, let's go to this game. It's 1:45 at Marvel Stadium. It's Carlton versus the Brisbane Lions. Let's hear Carlton. Thanks, mate. Straight to the Brisbane Lions. And that'll do there. Now, based off the back of what I just said in relation to North Melbourne coming out last week after the coach's sacking, we've had another sacking during the week, Brendan Bolton. What do you think is going to happen here? Have you got any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I don't think Carlton have been actually too bad this year. They've been a bit more competitive than they have been the last few years. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they put in a good effort and get a win.
I think Brisbane are going to be too good, so
Okay.
yeah, I think Carlton will probably get a response. But I reckon Brisbane have sort of been, up and going all season and probably riding a bit of a momentum wave. So I reckon they'll get it done.
Can you both believe kind of where they're at on the ladder? They've been
Brisbane?
a bit of
I
a
think,
surprise packet too.
A lot of good young talent, but
Yeah.
I know it's just like they win a few close games and get a bit of a run on, and anything can really happen. So it's still a lot of the season left. It'll be interesting to see how they sort of finish a younger group, how they finish the season.
True. All right, good. What did were you Carlton then, or you were Carlton? Weren't
I'm
you?
Carlton, yeah.
Yeah, you think you will. Okay. Let's go to this one then. It's 4:35 p.m. At Metricon. It's Gold Coast versus North Melbourne. Let's hear Gold Coast. Thanks, mate. Straight to the ruse. That'll do there. So Metricon, obviously, more favourable for Gold Coast Suns. What do you think here, though, in relation to how they're tracking? Because they're not having a bad season. The Roos have won their last 2-3 on the trot. Yeah. So it could be an interesting game for those two clubs.
Yeah, very interesting. You said North Melbourne last week had a bit of fresh air back into the team from the new coach, but Gold Coast are very competitive up there. We got over the line in the last 1 second.
Yeah.
Tommy Mack hit the post. So yeah, I reckon Gold Coast will win this. Their contested footy's unbelievable this year and look like a good side.
Yep,
I
cool.
agree. Gold Coast as well. I think they'll be too good up there.
Yeah, sweet. All right, let's go to this one. 7:10 p.m. in Adelaide. It's Adelaide versus the GWS. Let's hear Adelaide.
We're the pride of South.
Thanks, mate. Straight to the GWS Giants. That'll do there. All right, it is in Adelaide, but GWS seem to have found some pretty red-hot form at the moment. What do you boys think here, though?
Yeah, versus GWS 2 weeks ago now. They've got a very talented team. They've got a lot of good players there, and they're playing well as a good team now, and I reckon they should comfortably win that game against Adelaide.
Yeah.
Giants.
Yep, okay, nice and simple. We'll go to this one. This is Sunday, June the 9th. It obviously is a split round. We're heading into the first of the 3 weeks of the split round. Sunday, June the 9th. This game is at the SCG at 3:20 p.m. It's Sydney Swans versus West Coast. Let's hear Sydney. Thanks, mate. Straight to West Coast. Beauty. All right. Sydney versus West Coast. It's at the SCG. Sydney coming back in. Buddy Franklin had a nice little game last week. They've obviously got some good run. I'm pretty impressed with Blakey. What a season he's been having, and what a nice little find he is. West Coast, though, their forward line came back right into contention last week, didn't it? What do you think here, though?
Yeah, West Coast easily.
West Coast easily?
Yeah,
okay.
I reckon. The forward line, they kicked 21-9 last week. They kicked very straight. They were very efficient in there. They're a better team. They're grand finals from last year, or premiers last year, and looking very well.
Yeah, good. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, straight up and down with that one too. Thanks very much for your input. Let's get on to this game. This is Monday, June the 10th. This is the one that you guys are all here to find out a little bit more about. This game is proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. Let's get the big picture on this game as we introduce it. It is the Big Freeze 5, in conjunction with Neil Danaher and his fight against motor neuron disease. Monday, June the 10th at the G. It's a pretty special day. Let's hear the Collingwood song. That'll do. This is the one you guys want to get into. It's the Melbourne song. Let's hear it.
Grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the blue. Every heart beats true for the red and the blue, and we sing this song to you.
What are we seeing?
Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the red and the blue.
All right, well done. That's it. How good do you feel singing that song? Yeah, nice to hear it again. Boys, I know that the teams don't get announced until obviously Thursday afternoon, and we won't go into any of that great detail. We're just going to continue with doing what we just were. You can give us your opinions and thoughts, maybe some injury updates, that sort of thing. I'm not going to muck around with what I need to talk about here because it's pretty bloody obvious what happened. Melbourne 2 goals 4 to Adelaide 4 goals 1 in the third. Then Adelaide 5 goals 2 to 1 goal 8. You lost the game due to inaccuracy. It's been all over everything. Every footy bloody show that's out there is doing it. Every media outlet, they're talking about it. It was just came down to inaccuracy. There's not really that much else you can talk about. It's just one of those things. I just wanted to ask you this, though, because I did hear it that there was the sports scientists went out to one group that was training during the week, and someone was having a few shots at goal. And it sort of set it up that they were going to have about half a dozen shots. They get to their third shot and the sports scientist runs out and says, hey, that's enough, no more kicking for goal. Are you allowed to go out and kick and practice your goal kicking at training? Is there any reason why a story like that would circulate?
We sort of build it into our training. So, we'll have a drill and then 3 minutes of snap goal kicking and then another drill, then a couple of minutes of on the run from 50. And so, they watch our loads pretty closely, but, if you want to do extra goal kicking, then I don't think there'd be any reason why Melbourne, they would say no to that. So.
Yeah,
there's obviously a certain point you can't be doing too much because we don't want to get injured. It's not really like basketball, you can competitively shoot.
Yep.
With your kicking, you've got to look after your hamstrings and your quad muscles and
yeah.
all the recovery. So, there's probably, you can do extras, but there's just obviously your cap on it.
Yep. I saw another really interesting stat that between, I think it was 1999 and 2011, the kicking efficiency was at around about 64%, which means that if you're kicking for goal, you're getting 6 out of every 10, Now it's down to, and this is across all the clubs, not just the 10 in Victoria, but the 18 around all, is that it's now down to about 50%. So it's not just something that Melbourne struggled with on the weekend, it's a consistency across the board that all the teams are inaccurate when it comes to goal kicking. Is there anything that you can shed, put some light on it for us and us as footy fans? What's going on?
I think it's an interesting sort of question to ask because obviously goal kicking hasn't changed. You still kick through the big sticks, but I think if the game then versus now, we've got a rotation cap and we're probably running further and harder than what they would have back then. I just think that look at 1 goal 8 in the last quarter, hot and sweaty. I think how much of a fatigue sort of element to it is there, I'm not exactly sure, and I haven't exactly spent a lot of time thinking about it. So there'd be people who'd have much better informed opinions than I would, but I just think that probably the trend of blokes having the less rest and more work probably is going up. And is there a link between the goal kicking accuracy going down? It might be interesting to see if there's a connection there, but outside of that, it's hard to say.
Just talking about the game up in Northern Churchill on the weekend, it was, tell us a little bit about the temperature and what it was like. Was the ball slippery? Was there a lot of that going on? Would that attribute to it? And I know you're not going to look for excuses here, and I'm not trying to give you any either, but I'm just trying to find out.
Yeah, obviously it's very humid up there.
It's about 30-something degrees?
About 100 degrees under the helmet.
How did you deal with it?
I was inside the whole time, so I didn't go out until about 7 o'clock when the game started, so...
Yeah, right.
Heating indoors. But, obviously the game, after half-time especially, the ball sort of like a little soap in your hand. Okay. It's like on the deck, like gets a bit of dew on there or a bit of water, and it just slips around everywhere, so obviously it's pretty hard when you're sort of picking the ball up and a lot of pressure going on and kicking the ball, but you can't really make too much excuses for set shots, I guess.
No, but in saying that, only the footballer that's out on the ground knows exactly the kind of pressure that you're under. It's very easy for everyone to sit on the sidelines and go, what the hell is going on there? And everyone's going to come up with a reason as to why as well. You were obviously gutted. I saw Maxi Gorn talk about it afterwards. I saw, obviously the coach come out and just say we're extremely gutted about the whole process of what we went through. 3 quarters was fantastic. A brand of football, but unfortunately the last quarter, and then they came up and got over you. It is what it is. We need to get over that and move forward. For what I wanted to find out is, let's talk about a little bit about some injury updates, because you guys have actually got quite a few, and it does make a big difference. I'll go through them, and you can just give me this is how it's progressing. Injury updates with Hibbard with his collarbone.
He's ticking along. He's played last week, and I think he's just dealing with soreness. The structure's fine. It's just how much sort of pain he can take. So I think he's just pushing through it a bit.
Okay. Jeddah with his knee?
Back running soon, but he's still a couple.
Yeah,
still a while
He's
away.
out on the track. I saw him out there today. So
Okay.
slowly but surely.
Okay, so it could be, another 4 or 5 weeks, thereabouts?
I think so, yeah, roughly.
Something along those
give or
lines,
take.
all right. Petty and Nitschke. So you've got 3 boys here, all with knee problems. Petty and Nitschke.
Nita's started walking a couple of weeks ago, and it's close to. We've got this Alter G machine where you strap in and sort of it simulates a bit of anti-gravity, so you run with 50, 60, 70% of your total body weight on your joints. So I think he'll start doing that soon, which is good for a young fellow who's obviously in his first year and going through some knee issues. And Petty got injured during the warm-up and was doing a leg swing, which is it's just like a warm-up exercise. He swung his leg. I don't know what on earth. I don't know what's going on there, but I feel like I think he's all right, good to go.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
It is interesting.
Yeah. Jakey Lever, I know he went back and he played down at Casey, came away with a little bit of an ankle injury. How's he progressing? What's going on there?
He's all right. I think he's just looking after him, make sure he's all right for this weekend, and hopefully he's all right to go. But we haven't really heard too much about that either. But
I think he had a scan on his ankle a couple of days ago, but
it was all good. It was all clear.
So I think they're just sort of managing him based on how his pain is and if he can.
And can I ask you, is the bye, it's quite timely at the moment, nice to have it, which means you don't have to rush anyone back, have a little bit of a break if that's the case, hopefully?
Yeah. I think it's, we've got a fair old injury list at the moment. You've got a fair few names to go through there.
Yeah, couple, yeah.
Keeps growing.
Yeah, well... Oh, Jesus. Vandenberg with his ankle. Lewis is going to come back from suspension. Stephen May, obviously, he's going to be playing this weekend. You're just about...
Yeah. I'd hope so. I hope he's back. We need him back down there.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, so he's had his groin problem. Smith with a groin. Melksham with his foot.
He's got this little scooter that he flies around on, and
he's loving it.
He's loving the scooter.
There's some weird things going on down at the Melbourne Football Club, isn't there?
Yeah.
All right, let's just go with these in, because this probably explains a lot of it. All these guys have got concussion. So, Collar Jasny, Maynard, Salem. Salem was out last week, obviously, and that's why.
Yeah, he was cruel.
He got food poisoning before the game or something, but he was real off, and then they sort of ruled him out 2 minutes before the game started. It was weird.
Yeah,
cool.
And then he left at half time. I think he went to the hospital at half time, so it was like a line ball call. Imagine if they'd have called him into play. And,
wow.
I think he probably would have died or something like that. So.
All right, nice update, that one. All right.
He's alive, though. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
Yeah, he's okay. So let's talk about this. You're coming up against the Pies at the G this Monday. It's a big game because of what it represents to the Melbourne Football Club, but also what it means to Neil Danaher and his fight for motor neuron disease. Obviously, it is the Big Freeze 5. It's a wonderful day and what it represents. And I've been watching everyone getting nominated. It's going to be sliding down, and they're so privileged just to know that they're going to be part of what this day represents. And that must be wonderful for the Melbourne Football Club to know that you're not only playing because of that, but you're also on a big stage. And that stage is Monday at the G, Queen's Birthday weekend. You can't get much bigger than that, and I think it's quite huge. What I wanted to ask you about is that the Pies will be smarting coming off last weekend's loss. Touch ball, was it a touch ball? Yes, it was. They lost to Freo last week, so they're going to be a little bit smarting and come out and probably give you a run for your money. This game is on Monday afternoon at 3:20 p.m. The Pies are sitting third on the ladder with 8 wins and 3 losses. You boys with 3 wins and 8 losses and 16th on the ladder. Where do you think you're going to win the game? How are you going to win the contest, and how are you going to come away with the 4 points?
It's probably in the midfield is where it'll be won or lost. They've got probably one of the best midfielders in the comp, and
for sure.
And we we certainly don't shy away from that challenge, and we love the work that Maxi Gawn does, and obviously Clayton's a weapon, and Harmsy's playing some really good footy now, so he'll probably go to someone and work off them. So good. I feel like we can match it with them. It'll be a really good challenge. Good. And that's the point, isn't it? It's going to be a really good challenge because it is the big stage. Maxi had a great game. He's been playing great all year, and so have you with all your disposals, which is great. I mean, Clayton Oliver, he's here. Put your hands together for him. Seriously, mate. I watch you with a lot of interest because I love watching you play for the Melbourne Football Club. I hope that you go really well on this coming weekend because it is the big stage, as I keep referring to. There's not much else that I want to go into there apart from the fact, do you think you're going to win? And what are you going to win by?
Yeah.
5 goals, I reckon.
Bloody oath will win.
There you go. We like a little bit of confidence, don't we? 5 goals. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that game was proudly brought to you by the Big Picture people, the experts in home cinema. 6 great locations, South Morang, Cheltenham, Fountain Gate, Hoppers Crossing, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Could you please put your hands together for these 2 charming lads? Thanks, Joe. Nice and simple. All right, what we're going to do now, we want 2 contestants to actually come up here and participate. I told you at the start of the show, this is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. This is your opportunity to do so. We want 2 individuals that reckon they know a hell of a lot about the Melbourne Football Club. I'll introduce the segment. It's called Simply the Best.
You're simply the best. Better than all.
You 2 are actually going to be playing a segment, as it was just introduced off the top, called Simply the Best. The 2 boys up here are going to be representing you with their score paddles. Kim, Clayton's going to be representing you. You can turn around and say hello to Clayton if you like. Hey. There you go. Hey. And Ross, you can say hello to... Yep, there you go. All right, there you go. Yeah, all right. That's what we wanted. Now, because you 2 reckon you know a hell of a lot about the Melbourne Football Club, I'm going to be asking you a series of questions. Now, you may think that, I've seen this show and I know how these questions work. Yeah, well, bad luck because I've changed it right up. All right. So what's going to be happening here is each question that I ask, you will need to buzz in with your microphone saying your name. Kim, could you please test your buzzer?
Kim.
Thank you very much, Kim. Ross, can you test yours?
Ross.
Thank you. All right, your buzzers are working. This is great. We're off to a flying start. Keep the microphone nice and close to your chin. When I call out the question, you buzz in with your name. Give me the answer. Both cool with the way I've explained it?
Yep.
Obviously not. All right. Let's see how we go anyway. As soon as you know the answer, buzz in. Wait until I've actually read the full question. It might help. We had a girl last week. She buzzed in as soon as I started talking and... wow, that was an interesting show. All right. Which Melbourne player has played the most games in the history of the club? A, Robbie Flower, B, Jim Steins, or C, David Neitz?
Kim.
Ross.
That was Ross.
David Neitz.
David Neitz it is for 306 games. Well done, mate. How many VFL, AFL Grand Finals has the Melbourne Football Club played in?
Kim.
Kim.
Played in or won?
No, played in.
I'm going to go 16.
How many?
16.
Oh, so close, my dear. 17. Bad luck. Geez, that was a good one.
Is that -1?
No. He's quick on the mark.
We're in this together, Ross.
He's rooting for you, Ross. Don't worry about that. Who is your team's captain?
Kim.
Ross.
Kim.
Jack Barney and Jones.
Hang on, can we get a point deducted for not knowing that?
Your answer was Jack Varney and Nathan Jones. Was that correct? Yes, it was. Okay, I have to give it to us. You did take a time. We once had a guy here from the Hawthorn Football Club. He was in the cheer squad, and we asked him who the captain was, and Luke Hodge was on the show at the time, and he had no idea. And Luke Hodge just went, you have got to be kidding me. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that one with you. All right, out of these 3 players, who has captained the Melbourne Football Club the most? A, Nathan Jones, B, David Neitz, or C, Gary Lyon?
Ross.
Ross.
David Neitz.
You are correct, mate. Well done. Captained it for 9 years. Melbourne has finished on top of the ladder at the end of the home and away season in its history a total of A, 6 times, B, 4 times, or C, 10 times.
Kim.
Kim?
Go 6.
No, my dear, it'd be 4. Bad luck. Where did Melbourne finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year? Kim.
5th.
Well done. 5th it is. Who wears the number 7 at your
Kim.
club?
Ross.
Kim.
Number 7, Viney.
Jack Viney is correct. This is for 2 points. I want player and goal. Who was your club's leading goal kicker
Kim.
in 2... Ooh.
T-Mac. Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
53.
Spot on. 2 points. Well done. Oh, Clary likes that.
Come on, Ross. Fire up, mate.
Oh, not bad. Well done, Kim. Jeez, that was good. All right, let's see if we can jump in here. How many games did your team win at the last year at the end of the home and away season? Ross.
14.
It was 14. Well done.
I've got to jump in.
You do. You've got to be quick. It's the quick and the dead. Name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
Ross.
Ross.
Neil Danaher.
Yes.
Paul Roos.
Yes.
Simon Goodwin.
Yes. Well done, mate.
Is that worth 3?
No, it's not. 1 point. You got 3, but that's worth 1 point. How many losing grand finals has the Melbourne
Kim.
football?
Ross.
Oh, Kim.
5.
Yeah, well done. 1946, 1954, 1958, 1988 and 2005. Well done. Question number 12. This is closest to within 1,000. How many members does your
Kim.
club... Kim.
50,100.
That'll do, darling. It's 50,264. All right.
2 at 1 point, how was that?
That was 1 point. 1 point there. Clayton's going, mate, come on, mate. This is all right. Okay, out of these 3 Melbourne Grand Finals, which had the largest crowd in attendance? A, 2000 versus Essendon, B, 1957 versus Essendon, or C, 1959 versus Essendon?
Ross,
Ross.
59.
You got it, mate. Well done. That was like telepathy. That was fantastic. Well done. How many premierships has the Melbourne Football Club
Ross.
won? Ross.
12.
Yes, you'd be correct. Well done. How are we going score-wise? 6 versus 7. All right.
Coming home with a
It's
wet
getting
sail.
close. Who out of these 3 players has won the most B&Fs at the Melbourne Football Club? A, Jim Steins, B, Nathan Jones, or C, Gary Lyon?
Ross.
Ross.
Jones.
Sue? She said Jones. Kim?
Go, Kim.
Hang
It's
on,
incorrect. No, it's incorrect.
hang on a second.
Neats.
No, you'd be wrong too. There was no David Nates. It was Jim Steins. Wow, where'd you get David Nates? All right. This is for 3 points, okay? Player, vote and year.
Kim.
Ross.
Beat you.
Let's go, Kim.
All right. Shane Woden.
Yes.
The year 2000.
Yes.
Votes 24.
3 points. You little champion. Well done, Kim. Oh, that's awesome. Jesus, she's good. How are you feeling down there, Ross?
I feel like I'm being owned here.
Well done, mate. Hey, how many Brownlow medalists has the Melbourne Football
Ross.
Club produced in its history? Ross?
5 medalists, but one of them won it twice.
That's not bad. It is 6. Yeah.
Bonus points, give him.
Give him the bonus point.
No, unfortunately. Not bad, mate. Well done. All right. What year did your team last win a grand
Kim.
final?
1964.
Didn't even say anything. What year and who did they play?
Collingwood.
1964, Collingwood by 4 points.
Well, that's the next question as well. So
Yeah,
she's
you
got
just
that
showing
one
off.
and the next question. Well done. Is there anything else you want to tell me, Kim? Do you know who's going to win the flag this year in the Brownlow? No, I don't. It's all right. Here's your last question. What are we sitting on? 8 versus 12. Oh, Kim, you are
This one's
good.
worth 5 points.
This one's worth 5 points.
No, it's
All right. We'll see. No, who was the last Melbourne player to win the Norm Smith medal?
Go on, Kim.
Ross.
Ross?
Byron Pickett.
No. No one ever has.
There you go.
He won it for Port, then played for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Hang
That's
on
right.
a second.
Yeah, that's right. He won it for Port. That's exactly right. Didn't win it for Melbourne. So it's all right. There's no points there anyway, so it's fine. Guess what? Each question that was asked during that segment, right, was worth $5. All right? So for $5, 120, you won $60, Kim. Congratulations. And you just won $40, Ross, just for coming up and being involved.
Love your work,
Congratulations to both of you. Kim, you are simply the best. Well done. Love it. Thanks, guys. Sandy will look after you with the cash. $60 there, $40 there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing. Great to have you up here.
Don't worry, Ross. We're all right.
Ross is going, at least got $40 out of it. I'm not completely humiliated. Kim, that was really good playing. That segment is, yeah, well done. That segment's actually brought to you by the Big Picture People. The Big Picture People are our major sponsor this year, and they're giving us the chance to give you an $11,000 home theatre surround sound package. It's our grand final prize. It'll be drawn on the 28th of August this year. The Big Picture People are the experts in home cinema. Imagine watching the 2019 AFL Grand Final on a giant 3-metre screen. For your chance to win this amazing prize, get on to That's Good for Footy, our website, our web page, or get onto www.thebigpicturepeople.com.au/good for footy. T's and C's apply, only open to Victorian residents only, and it's with thanks to the Big Picture People, so congratulations, Kim and Ross. Thanks, guys. All right, we want 2 people to come up here and do nothing but hold paddles. We'll introduce the segment, Sammy. It's called Don't You Forget About Me.
What's happened here? We've got a bit of
No, not you, Dugsy, these two. I know. You're just saying, yeah, come on through. Yeah. Just to say, welcome to the show, yeah. Come on through, guys. Take a seat up the front here. Shout out your name as you walk past.
Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Carly.
Carly, nice to have you here. What's going to be...
day, Carly. Here you go. Here's
There you go. Look at this. You're going to be
lucky
keeping
day.
score. Come and put your bums up on the stage and sit there like the last two did. What's going to happen here, guys, you two are going to be keeping score, all right? So the way that it works, Jack, you're going to be keeping score for Clayton. And when Carly gets herself into position, you're going to be keeping score for Angus, all right? And the way that this segment works, boys, I think you've both played it before. I'm going to be giving you 45 seconds on the clock, and you've got to give me... They're clapping because Carly finally got up on the stage. You know we're doing a show here, don't you? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
listen
all
to
right,
Carly.
good.
Dunno.
You and me.
What's the questions?
I haven't done it yet. I'll explain it. So what's going to happen is you've got 45 seconds on the clock. I'm going to give you the player's number at your club, current day number, current list at the club, and you've got to give me their Christian name and their surname. As many as you can get in 45 seconds. Jack down the front's going to be keeping score. Who'd like to go first out of you two?
Clayton can.
Clayton can. All right. This is a little bit different than Fortnite, mate.
Yeah, a little bit different.
Yeah. But I reckon you'll have a little bit of fun. So, Jack, each time that you hear this noise, correct? All right, you flip over the paddle. Same when it comes to you, Carly. We're going to be doing Clayton first. He's got 45 seconds on the clock, and we'll see how you go. You ready to go, mate? Yep. All right. Here comes your first one. Number 39.
Neville Jetta.
Correct. Number 21. Pass if you don't know. Braden Bruce. Number 36.
Jeff Garlett.
Correct. Number 35.
Harry Petty.
Correct. Number 32.
Thomas Barrow.
Correct. Number 17.
Sam Frost.
Correct. Number 1.
Stephen May.
Correct. Number 11.
Max Gorn.
Correct. Number 15.
Billy Stretch.
Correct. Number 3.
Christian Salem.
Correct. Number 7.
Jack Viney.
Correct. Number 16.
Cade Colin Jasny.
Correct. Number 29.
Jaden Hunt.
Correct. Number 9.
Charlie Spargo.
Correct. Number 10.
Angus Brayshaw.
Correct. Number 12.
Toby Bedford.
Correct. Number 14.
Michael Hibbard.
Correct. Number 28.
Oscar McDonald.
Oscar McDonald. You got it.
Not count.
All right. Number 15. Well done, Jack. Mate, that's good. That's a good score. 15. Well done.
I missed out on Prusy. I feel bad.
We won't tell him.
Yeah.
When you go down to the club tomorrow, he won't know. It'll be all right. Mate, that's a really good score, though. Seriously, 15.
Yeah, it is, mate. Well
that's
done.
not bad at all. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, bit of competitive spirit up here. Carly, you ready to go? All right, you're going to be keeping score here. 45 seconds on the clock. Your time will start as soon as I read out the first one, Angus. And here we go. Number 28.
Oscar McDonald.
Correct. Number 19.
Mitchell Hannon.
Correct. Number 4.
That'd be James Harms.
Correct. Number 22.
Aaron Vanderberg.
Correct. Number 2.
Nathan Jones.
Correct. 23.
That would be James Jordan.
Correct. Number 20.
That'd be Corey Maynard.
Correct. Number 13.
Clayton Oliver.
Correct. Number 24.
Jake Kenny Harris.
Correct. Number 5.
Christian Pachaka.
Correct. Number 25.
That's Tom McDonald.
Correct. Number 6.
That's John Lewis.
Correct. Number 8.
Jake Lever.
Correct. Number 26.
That's Sam Wiedemann.
Yes. Number 30.
That's Neil Bullen, Alex Neil Bullen.
Yes. Correct. Number 31.
That's Bailey Fridge.
Correct. Number 18.
That's Jake Melsham.
Correct. Number 33.
That's Oscar Baker.
Who?
Oscar Baker.
Yes. Correct. Number 34.
That's Pass.
Marty Hall. Number 42.
Josh Wagner.
Yes. Josh Wagner. How'd you go, Carly? Oh! Hey. Wow. Jesus, boys. That was seriously cool. It's called Don't You Forget About Me, so you'll be able to go down the club and walk with your head held high tomorrow. That is seriously a good number. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome,
That was
Carly.
seriously cool. Wow. Oh, I can't believe that. That was an absolutely brilliant result out of all of that. What actually happens here, don't you two go away, because Don't You Forget About Me, you're our winner. And do you know what you've won? You've won a cheesecake
Oh, you.
from the cheesecake shop. And that actual, where's the lovely Sandy? She's there she is. She's just coming around here. She's going to present that to you now. But on top of that, what else have we got? We got a merchandise pack. So here's a merchandise pack for yourself. Right, there's a beanie and stubby holder. On top of that, for being a champion, here's 2 tickets to go and see Melbourne versus Collingwood at the MCG on the weekend. Cool with that? Well done, champ. Yeah. Well done, Carly. Thank you. There's your cake. Have a look at that. That's yours. Well done. Thanks, guys. Thanks for participating.
Mind tucking in that.
That edition of Don't You Forget About Me was proudly brought to you by the Cheesecake Shop, the nation's most loved cheesecake shop. Why? Because it's made with love, Duxie. It's love, Duxie. You know that, don't you? Yeah, good. All right, don't you forget about the Cheesecake Shop with over 50 stores in Victoria alone. Tonight's cake was made by the team down at Chelsea. Thank you very much for participating in that. All right, that was pretty cool. One little last segment here, boys. What we're going to do now, we want two people to come up and participate in this segment. All you have to do is do what those last people did, is just come up and hold a paddle, and you get to win something. Let's introduce the segment, guys. It's called Knowing Me, Knowing You. So what's going to happen here, guys, you're going to pass the paddles over. Duxie, you're going to be representing Clayton, which is great. Two redheads. How fantastic is that?
It's low blow.
And Izzy, you're going to be represented, or you're going to be representing, I should say, the lovely Angus BrokerrocheR. So what's going to happen here, this is really cool, guys. Everything that I've been talking about tonight and everything that I introduced off the top of the show and questions I asked you at the beginning of the show is where we get to see whether you're actually listening or not. All right, so we're going to go through these. Who out of you would like to go first? I think it's going to be Angus because you went first.
I'll go first.
All right, okay. So each one that Angus gets right, you're going to be keeping a score for it. All right, so if I say, well, actually I won't say it's right. You're going to say whether it's right or not. Yep. So you have to keep the microphone right here and go, yeah, all right, I'll award him that because that's exactly what the answer should be. So you'll keep a score for it, Is? All right, let's see how we go. How old is Angus BrokerrocheR?
You asking me?
Oh, actually, I am asking you. I am asking you. I'm going to go back the other way. I'm sorry. I started to think you were first. I'm going to come back this way.
I can answer it for a point if you want.
You can, but if you do, then he'll have it, and you don't want to do that. My fault.
Can I go answer January 9th, 1996?
But no, how old am I?
Oh, how old is he? Oh, sorry, 23.
Save it because I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to go with him first. It's all right. At least you've got the answer out now, and if you were wrong, well, you didn't lose anything because it's not your go. How old is Clayton Oliver?
He's 22.
Correct.
All right, there you go. There's his first point. Where did he grow up?
Well, actually, no, it's incorrect. I'm 21.
Hang on, can we take a point off him for thinking he was 22?
I should have held it, mate. No, I'm 22.
Yeah, well, hang on. Can we just pause? Can we just get a timeout? Because he thought Harmsy was bad. Clayton's actually forgotten how old he is.
I'm 21. I'm not 22
Are
yet.
you sure?
Yeah, I'm not born... Yeah, July 22nd.
Okay.
So I'm 21.
All right.
We all clear? Everyone got that? All right. Clayton is 21. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So no point.
And Clayton gets 3 taken off for getting his own age.
This is hilarious. All right. Hey, where did he grow up?
Was born sort of in the Chuka area and then moved to Marupna.
Correct.
All right. Good answer. Well done. What is his date of birth? Day, month and year?
No, I just can't do that. It's a 1995, July. Not 95.
97.
Oh, God, I've gone the wrong way. Yeah. That's not too bad. That's not as bad as forgetting your own birthday. It's 97, July.
Yep.
The 16th.
Nah. 22nd.
No, 22nd. Correct. All right. All right. So no points there, is he? All right. Who did he barrack for growing up?
Brisbane Lions, because he's a bandwagoner.
All right. There we go.
2 points.
Where did he play his junior footy and how old was he?
He moved to Marupna East, somethings, and he was 8 when he first started playing.
Correct.
All right. Well done. Does Clayton have a ritual he goes through before a game of footy?
No, in fact, he's streamlined the process because he doesn't like getting caught up on things that he can't buy potentially the night before a game.
Correct again.
All right, very nice. What would Clayton have done if he didn't play footy?
He would have played Fortnite.
Correct.
Oh, I love it. All right. How many goals has Clayton kicked in his career to date?
23.
Correct.
Yeah, it is correct. Yeah, spot on. Who is the person that Clayton would most like to meet on the planet?
Michael Jordan.
Correct.
And he was unsure if he was dead or alive to start with.
I was unsure if you said to meet there alive.
Unfortunately, he's right on both answers. Well done. All right. What is Clayton doing when he's chilling?
A bit of me time. That's usually involving him and his PlayStation, and that usually involves Fortnite or FIFA.
3 points. Unbelievable.
Outside of footy, what is another sport that Clayton likes to watch or play?
He likes the soccer, specifically the Premier League. He's got a fantasy team. He doesn't support anyone, though.
Correct.
This is fantastic. Well done. What is one of the things that what is one of Clayton's most favourite movies of all time?
He watched The Green Book the other week because it was the last movie on his laptop that he hadn't seen, and he instantly moved it to number 1 of the rankings of all time.
Yes. This is unfair. This is actually unfair. I was with Maxi last time. I reckon he got 2 right out of all of them.
Oh, this is so good. Very good, Gus. I like this. What really annoys Clayton?
Toilet paper.
Yes.
And we're not going into it.
We're not
all
going
right?
back.
Journey.
There it is. How many games has Clayton played in his
71.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is 71. Is Clayton superstitious?
Not really.
No. Okay. What is Clayton's favourite meal to eat?
He likes the crumbed lamb cutlets made by his beautiful partner, Sophie.
Yes. Correct.
All right. Well done. How's he going down there score-wise, Ed? 14? Wow, that's awesome. You know, there's only 17 questions, so you're right on the money here. What is Clayton's... no, we've done that. What does Clayton look forward to doing the most when he has time off?
Well, I mean, it's the same answer as everything else, isn't it, really? He's like hanging out by himself and playing Fortnite.
Correct.
It's a bit of a lay-down misère, this one, isn't it? If you had to describe Clayton's ideal day, what would it look like?
Same answer. That's 17 the same
Yeah,
answer.
just refer to the previous answer.
Correct.
That's correct. All right, so he finished up with a total score of 16. Wow. The only one he got wrong was his birthday.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That's the one I probably would like to have got right.
That's sensational. I do these shows because I always say to everyone, this is where the players meet the fans and the fans meet the players. And you get a bit of insight into the players. What you're getting from Gus tonight is that he gets a lot of what's going on, and he understands, gets all the players' numbers, and he listens to what's going on with Clayton, and I love that. So well done, mate. Really appreciate you being involved in it. Bloody cool.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, let's go with you now, Clayton. We're going to be asking the same identical 17 questions. Duxie's down there. Are you still awake, Duxie?
How you feeling, Duxie?
Yep, Duxie's all fired up. All right, so you need to get all of them right because he only got one wrong. Okay, so how old is he?
23.
That's correct.
Yes,
and I
all
know
right.
that. I don't have to think about it.
You're off to a flyer, mate. Where did he grow up?
So he was born over in Freo, then moved to Adelaide where his 2 brothers were born, and then he grew up in Sandringham, which was that way.
Yes. Nice. That's great.
Well done, mate. Beautiful. What is his date of birth, day, month and year?
January 9th, 1996.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, well done. Who did he barrack for growing up?
Fremantle.
Yep.
Yep, good. Where did he play his junior footy and how old was he?
Hampton Rovers with Christian Salem, and he was 8.
Well, I was 7, but the Hampton Rovers, and I was 7, and then I also played when I was 8, so I guess he was...
Good. Does he have a ritual that he goes through before a game of footy?
No, he doesn't.
No.
No, okay, good.
Correct. Sorry.
No, that's all right. What would Gus have done if he didn't play footy?
I'm going to say professional golfer.
Yeah, I would love to be playing golf. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good guess.
Very nice. How many goals has Angus kicked
There's
in his
no way you're
AFL
getting
career
this.
to date? How many goals has he kicked in his career to date?
37.
How many?
37? 36. 9? 8.
35, mate.
5.
Oh, bad luck, brother. Yeah, sorry, man. Who is the one person he would most like to meet on the planet?
Albert Einstein.
Yep.
Good,
He's good
beautiful.
with numbers.
What is he doing when he's chilling?
He's got his Netflix hooked up to his Xbox, and he's watching a bit of that with a few other things, and playing golf.
Excellent.
Correct. Nice.
Very nice. Outside of footy, what is the other sport that he likes to watch or play?
Golf.
Yep.
And his brother's down on the bye, and he wants to play a bit of golf with his brother this
Yep.
weekend.
Nice.
Very good, isn't it?
I'll give you
I
that.
like it. No. What is one of his favourite movies of all time?
He's watched this movie 85 times. It's Pulp Fiction.
Yes, correct.
Beautiful, well done. What really annoys him?
Toilet paper.
Yes. Let's not go there.
How many games has he played in his AFL career to date?
69.
Yes, that's correct. 69.
Beautiful. All right. Is he superstitious?
No.
No, that's correct.
Okay, good. What is his favourite meal to eat?
Spag bowl.
Beautiful. What does he look forward to doing the most when he has time off?
Instead playing golf and being with his brother.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Brothers, family.
Fair call.
And here you go. If you had to describe Angus Brayshaw's ideal day, what would it look like?
Be waking up about 10 o'clock.
Yep. So far, so good.
Nice little sleep in, be with his family for the day, and then with his 2 or 3 brothers going to have you to golf, and maybe his dad too if he's around, and then home to spag bowl at night.
Yeah, that's a correct answer.
Wow. All right. So, Duxie, how did it go, mate? Finished up with a total score of you're cheating. Yeah, thank you very much. That was great. Izzy, you're our winner. Congratulations. What I'm actually going to...
Draw? 16-16.
Was it? Yeah. Sorry, because he put up that. All right. So we'll go 16-all. You both won. How's that? Is that a better result? All right. But only one of you can take away this prize. What would you like, Duxie? What would you like as a prize? Tickets to go to the game? Do you want to go to the game? No, you're not having that. You're already going to the game. You go to every game. I have to come up with a unique idea for you. I'm going to give this one to the young lady, all right, Cheesy, right, and then I'll look after it with you for something, all right, so we'll sort something out. That's for you. That's obviously that's a prize pack and it's got vouchers in it and all that sort of stuff. Congratulations on taking that. That is all yours. Are you going to the game?
No.
Would you like to?
No, I'm away.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was nice. The lady that just put her hand up, come up and you can have them then. Yeah, you just put your hand up. Yeah, you can have them. You put your hand up.
Hey.
Come and grab them. You two have been wonderful. Thank you very much. Duxie, I'll get you... Maybe, do you want to sign football or something?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Congratulations to you. You've got that. Thanks, Duxie. Could you pass that to the lovely lady that's just come up? You're heading off to the game. Well done. That was courtesy of Duxie. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. Actually, stay right there. What I might do here, can you boys sign that footy and we'll give it to Duxie. How's that, buddy? You happy about that? Yeah. All right. That's not a bad prize. Yeah, all right. What we're going to do while Duxie's getting his prize signed... You're not going on eBay, mate.
No, I don't do that stuff.
Yeah, good. All right.
Oh.
Love you for that. You're a champion. Yeah, that'd be great. We're going to do one little last segment before we get everybody lined up and we'll get your photos over there in front of the big banner. We're going to do this segment. It's a nice quick one. It's called What Can I Say? All right, what I'm going to do here, boys, I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. You can give me a long-winded answer, you can just give me a short answer, whatever you feel like, whatever pops into your mind. Which one of these things get you pumped the most before a game? Is it the smell of deep heat, fresh-cut grass, pulling on the jumper, strapping on the boots, a footy in your hands, or the sound of the crowd?
Footy in my hands.
Footy in your hands?
Crowd.
Crowd, okay, cool. Who is the most manicured boy at the club?
Melsham.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Jakey Melsham. Yeah, okay. All right. Do you like running through the banners?
No, I hate it.
It's an obstacle course to get through.
Yeah,
it's just like,
a journey.
You know, I've just got a nightmare of getting clotheslined
Yeah.
and decapitated
Yeah,
in front
right.
of everyone.
There's always a down the
Yeah,
bottom
the tape-
one.
the
There's
tape,
always
you
one
can't
real
get through
thick
the-
tape, and you
yeah.
just can't break it.
They're great banners. We've got the best
Yeah.
banners in the league,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're unbelievable.
Yeah.
but it just can you just imagine like one of like just getting clotheslined?
You don't want
It's so
that.
embarrassing. So
Is
it's a
it-
minefield.
Is there a way that you run through them?
I don't touch it ever. I always.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
deep squat down and under.
Yeah, right.
Might be because I don't want to get coat hanging. I'm usually behind him, so usually he's paving away from me. He just pushes straight through it.
It's like an Indiana Jones thing. Yeah, there you go. There it is. You've marked the ball. The siren goes. You're 45 out. You're on the boundary line. What sort of a kick are you going to do? What are you aiming at? And what's running through your mind?
Drop punt.
I'd probably say I got a cramp and give it to Christian Salem, so he can kick it.
Smart.
Because I would not be kicking it from there.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer. What are your thoughts on roaming Brian?
Dangerous.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, okay. trust me, sometimes an expression is everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I couldn't... Oh, yuck. All right. Would you like to see more Thursday night footy?
Yep.
Definitely. I love
Okay.
it.
Love Thursday night footy. All right. Your thoughts on runners being not allowed onto the ground during the field of play?
Stupid.
Silly.
Yep, stupid and silly. All right. Melbourne supporters are?
The best.
I'll second that.
Yeah, good. Which AFL club do you dislike the most?
I hate North.
I hate West Coast.
Hate North and hate West Coast. Yeah, I think we've got a good reason why you do.
Everyone. Let's just say everyone.
Everyone, yeah. Port Adelaide.
Yeah,
Oh, they
yeah,
suck.
the list goes on.
Richmond.
All right. Would you?
Nothing get better.
This is pretty apt because it's going on tonight. But would you play State of Origin if you were called upon?
Yep.
Yes, 100%.
100%. Oh, don't you like that answer? Ooh, yeah. All right. Would you prefer? Yep. Would you prefer to play in a day or a twilight grand final?
Day.
I'd like night. I love night games.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's twilight, isn't it? It's not night.
Yeah, that's what I said. But if there was a third option,
Yeah.
I'd
Okay. Night.
Okay.
definitely not day.
Go with the third option. I like it. If you were to describe yourself as a car, what sort of a car would you be?
Go the trusty old Mazda BT50 that I'm rocking around in at the moment.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be a Mazda BT Fitty as well. It's two big trucks inside.
Nice. Excellent. Well said. Who is the funniest bloke at the club?
That's an interesting question because track is interesting in a funny way.
He's definitely the
But,
funniest.
but annoying as well.
It's interesting. Like you just look at him, and I'm just more interested about how it all sort of happens.
It'd be to
There's a
see
lot of
his,
this going on at the club, isn't there?
to see his brain tick over would be phenomenal. Just everything's going on there would just be.
Gorney's
sight.
funny, but he's a bit of a sellout. So he's
Nah, it's
he's,
definitely track. Frosty's
Frosty's
up
funny and like low key funny, which I enjoy the subtle humour. So
Yeah.
Frosty gets a good vote. Melksham's pretty.
Hibbo.
Harms is
there. He's funny.
he is funny.
He's
just
a track
because
funny.
He is sort of it's not like he's. It's just like watching. It's the same as track. Just watching
Yeah.
Harmsy do his things, just interesting.
Hey, can I ask you, that tackle Frosty put on the West Coast player,
Petrocelli.
Yeah.
how good was
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, well,
And then-
because I don't know, everyone seems to think that Petrocelli's the quickest bloke in the AFL just because he's had a few highlights. And
Yeah.
well, it's because Frosty sort of goes a bit under the... Yeah, it's obviously Frosty because he chased him down and ate him.
Yeah.
But it's
How
just
good
like,
was that tackle, though?
unbelievable.
Didn't just bring him down. It was like a hyena, pack of hyenas taking down a lion, and then ripped his jumper off at the same time.
Yeah, it
that
was awesome.
look on his face when he spun around was like, what the
couldn't
hell
believe
was
it.
that?
And he had a running start. I don't know if you remember. There's a pack mark and he just
Yeah.
stopped. It was off and Frosty sort of stopped and got after him and it was unbelievable.
Brilliant. Loved it. Thought it was so cool. All right, being an AFL footballer is
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
unbelievable.
unbelievable and awesome. Yes, who is a bit tight with their money at the club?
Viney. You guys seen this video of Viney on the AFL? So he must have just been saving for his mortgage or something because there's no way. I think anyone-
Track's way more tighter than
You reckon?
Lions. Yeah, 100%.
Wow. Yeah, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Bench any can for
There you go. Hey, boys, Etihad roof, open or closed?
Closed.
closed.
Closed. Who would you like the rules to be a bit clearer instead of the interpretation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all agree with that. Who down at the club has got the most swagger?
Nah, not really anyone. Maybe Tom Sparrow.
Oh, he's got a bit of swagger about
He's got a
him.
lot of swag.
Melksham, I think, probably goes hand in hand with the one we answered before,
Yeah,
where he thinks
okay.
he's well manicured.
Yeah, right.
Brad
That's
King?
sort of-
Chronic?
It's not Austin Baker. Sauce Baker, Oscar Baker. He struts around
Bit of
the
swagger
street
there.
like he owns the joint.
Okay, good.
Serious strut.
Yeah, serious.
Yeah,
crap.
baby.
There you go. What is your favourite ground to play on around Australia apart from the MCG?
I don't really like the MCG at all. But I love playing at TIO where we played
Okay.
on the weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
played there a
like
couple
Adelaide
times.
Oval.
Yeah, Adelaide's not bad. I like Darwin.
Yeah, all right, good. Playing for the Melbourne Football Club is
Privilege.
Yeah, an honour.
honour and a privilege. Love it, boys. What's better, mark or goal of the year?
Mark.
Mark by
Mark.
mile.
Mark by a mile. Who is your Brownlow tip for 2019?
Clayton Oliver.
Angus Brayshaw.
Excellent, excellent. And if one of you wins it, finish telling the toilet story when they get up and accept them.
To be
Speech.
continued, that story.
Give us something that you might do in your warm-up or in your routine or when you run through the banner. Is there anything that you are superstitious about? I know that you're both not superstitious, but give us something that when you're coming up the race, is there anything, do you like touch the kids' hands, or I know you go under the banner, but is there anything?
You get around the kids a bit on the way up. I go out and have a few set shots before, just like a little warm-up, so it's everyone's a bit different.
I'm usually always like near the back. Me, Gorney, and Hunty. Usually like the last three, and Jeffy. Usually the last 3 or 4. But
Okay.
yeah, not really.
I
Like
sit
that.
next to Gorney, that's a good point. I sit next to Gorney in all our pre-game sort of meetings, rock up to the ground, and we sit in the furthest
corner.
corner away from the door.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know why we do that, but we just do. So.
Oh, that's cool. All right, okay. Melbourne Football Club at the end of the home and away season this year will finish
8th, and then win the flag from 8.
We're
Gives
about
you all
to
a
go
bit of hope,
11-0
doesn't it?
run.
Oh, Anne-Marie's down there going, oh, come on, Dees, please. All right, I hear you. Let's hope it happens. What was your...
Yeah, 11-0 run and just slipping 8 and then
Yeah,
just
good on you, mate.
flags,
Love it.
easy as
All right. When you were growing up, did you wear a player's number on your back? If so, who was it?
Number 29, Matthew Pavlich.
Number 3, Michael Voss.
Beautiful. Okay, boys. Who does their hair the most at the club?
Melksham.
It's Melksham, but Salem runs the club barbershop. So
Street.
this cut that Clary's running with at the moment, it's a Salem job, and
Did it up in Darwin. He's in the
a few
hotel
blokes.
room.
Tommy McDonald went and saw him. There's a few blokes who go
Tracks
all the time.
Track cut half his hair himself with his scissors.
Yeah, so Salem's he did, didn't he? That was anyway.
Very
just
nice.
just whenever. You know, you call them up and you book in a time, just like any old barber. And
Favourite barbers. Barbers.
I like it. All right. What do you think when you see a poster or merchandise of yourself?
I sort of just shake my head and. I'm not photographic, so it's just a bit embarrassing, to be completely honest.
All the girls down there are going, are you kidding? Have a look at his eyes. He's very photogenic. All right. We won't go into that, though. All right. Here's your last one. What is your reaction when you see a kid with your number on their back?
You love it. It's pretty cool. You sort of remember being a kid and then it's like the roles are reversed and it was just...
It's this weird feeling where it's
looking
like,
up to
that
you
was
and-
me and I was this little kid just like, whoever it is, and it's like a bit of a pinch yourself moment where you sort of...
I love it.
Yeah, it's good, it's cool.
Good answer. Bloody beautiful. I love it. Well done. Well said, boys. That was it. That's it. That's it for that segment. That was What Can I Say? Please put your hands together for the boys. Thank you. We do these shows every Wednesday night. We've been doing them for a while out of the ALH venues. We're about to finish up on June the 26th. There'll be no more shows out of the ALH venues, and we've come up with a new concept. We've explained that to you at the start of the show. Keep your eye on the That's Good for Footy Facebook page to find out a little bit more about it. I spoke to the boys about the new concept show that we're going to be doing moving forward out the back, and I reckon it's going to be pretty exciting. So if we can do a show with maybe these two boys and who knows, a couple of boys from maybe the Essendon Football Club, give them a bit of a hammering and see how it goes. It'll be very good fun. So as I said, keep an eye on the That's Good for Footy Facebook page and the website for updates on shows, venues, line-up locations, and get along to it, because we need your support and we want you to come along and have as much fun as you have tonight. We hope you have you? Yeah. Good. That's what we want to hear. To attend any of the shows, get on to www.that'sgoodforfooty.com/events. We've got a couple of shows coming up that I just need to talk to you about. On June the 12th, we're doing a show with Hawthorn players James Sicily and James Warple, live from the Burvale Hotel in Burwood. On June the 19th, we're heading over to Skyways to do a Western Bulldogs show with players Easton Wood and Bailey Smith, live from Skyways Hotel. On June the 26th, we've got Richmond players Jack Rewalt and Sean Grigg. We can't boo Griggy, it's his final farewell one. But anyway, if you want to boo him, it's up to you. Live from the Village Green Hotel. And on July the 3rd is the show that we're alluding to here. We're going to be doing a Footy Fanatics show, and Footy Fanatics is putting the fun back into football. It's going to be back bigger and better than ever before. On the show, we'll have Richmond players Jack Rewalt and Jack Higgins playing up against Collingwood players Still Sidebottom and Jeremy Howe, live from the Club Tivoli, 291 Dandenong Road in Windsor. Where's Windsor? It's not in England. It's just near Prahran, all right? And on July the 10th, we're heading down the highway. We're going to go and do a show with the Geelong players Tom Hawkins and Gary Rowan, live from the South Barwon Football and Netball Club Reynolds Road, Belmont. I won't say any more because you're probably all out of your booze now. Getting to you, our sponsors. Our sponsors, thanks to Sandy, the Framing Queen. The Framing Queen does all the stuff that you've seen tonight, plus that collage over there. Sandy does a great job. If you guys got anything you want framed, jumpers, footy boots, scarves, footballs, cakes, whatever, Sandy will frame the whole kit and caboodle. The big picture people, get onto them because those guys looked after the cash tonight. Congratulations, Kim. Congratulations, Ross. The Comics Lounge gave away some double passes there. Hamper World for the hamper. Congratulations, wherever that went. Good stuff. All right. Cheesecake Shop. How stoked to you? Is it much left? Yeah, good. All right. Burley Seacon for all the footballs. 3D Mini League for the figurines. And Ozcarts, they look after us as well. So all I wanted to say in closing for the show is we do them every week. Come along and support us. Get behind it. Good luck to the Melbourne Football Club on the weekend. It's a really important game. Get down, support the boys, support the big freeze. Buy your beanie, your $20 beanie through MM&D. That is a fantastic cause if you can get behind it. Very nice to, that whole thing's just amazing. My beanie goes off to it. Good luck on the weekend, boys. Get up against the Pies. Enjoy Monday. Get out there and play a bloody good brand of football and enjoy yourselves. Have a really good time. We really wish you all the best. We don't normally do a lot of, where we dedicate shows to anybody, but we've done a couple over the journey. One when we lost Sandy's dad, one when we lost my mum. And the other thing is we just lost a beautiful person who meant a lot to Sandy. Her name was Anna Lodge, formerly known now as Anna Green. Unfortunately, Brad Green's wife. Very sad circumstances in which she passed away. We dedicate this to you, Anna, and very sad to see you and your family. We wish Brad and the two boys all the best of wishes as far as that goes. So we wish them all the best. Whilst we're doing all that, we wish both of you two boys just go out there and have a bloody good game of football on the weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Get back to the things that you love to do most. Can you now please put your hands together for the boys? Thank you very much for everyone attending. Go the G's! Get up it! You've been watching the That's Good for Footy panel show. My name's Damien. Thank you, everyone, and good night. Cheers, guys.
What you pray for.